Take diabetes lightly. If you have diabetes, see your favorite Bowden Eye doc and save your vision. Bowden Eye is dedicated to the protection and preservation of the treasured gift of sight. Bowden Eye and Associates. Visit today for your personal consultation. Bowden Eye, we keep the First Coast focused. New location now open off County Road 210 in St. Johns County.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Bank in the 2023 Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards, and it's easy to see why. I go to the branch off 210 in St. Johns County and the new Durbin location, but they have 10 branches in the Jacksonville area. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
It's J.J. Gray's Blackwater Soul Review at St. Augustine Amphitheater, May 25th and 26th. Catch live performances from artists like J.J. Gray and Mofro, Lucero, the Almond Betts Band, American Aquarium, G-Love and Special Sauce, and more. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com. May 25th and 26th, live at St. Augustine Amphitheater.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Another politician clapped back at the College Football Playoff Committee for being snubbed by the process. Georgia State Senator Colton Moore has written an open letter demanding the College Football Playoff Selection Committee adopt the Orange Bowl between Florida State and Georgia as an additional CFP game. ESPN's college football analyst Kurt Herbstreit took to social media and went off on those Florida State fans and whoever else thinks they got robbed after being left out of the playoff in favor of Alabama, posting that Alabama is better, period. In area collegiate sports, the JU men's basketball team saw the Dolphins take the win over Trinity Baptist College on Thursday. The Dolphin ladies are home against Marshall tonight. UNF men's basketball will play Trinity Baptist tomorrow afternoon at home in the arena. Edward Waters' men's team is home tomorrow against Alabama's Spring Hill College. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 10:03, it's 60 degrees. Time and 10 brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's exciting, but like I said, for the Monday night game, it's just another game. For us, nothing changes. We just play a little bit later Sunday night, so we can't make it more than it is. Obviously, it's a great opportunity for us to take advantage of and to play well in front of a bigger audience and crowd and all that. And it's going to be a night game, and it's going to be the only game on Sunday night. So, that's exciting for us.
A lot of confidence downstairs. The guys are excited for this week. It's a two good football teams coming together, two top four right now in the AFC, playing. And obviously it's great for the NFL, great for fans. And these are the games, again, it goes back to what I expect our players to get used to, right? Playing in moments like this and games like this. Baltimore obviously has, but the confidence is high.
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Tom McManus, and
Hold my pocket!
Dylan Denmark.
Woohoo! We made it to Friday. Hi, everybody. Good morning. You want to give him a Duval, Tommy?
Yeah,
Duval! Come on now.
Yeah.
Tom just last uttered. You ever have a woohoo? No, but I've had that chocolatey drink called a yoo-hoo, Tom.
Well, we were talking about chocolate.
We were talking about chocolatey drinks.
Chocolatey
yes. You ever have a
drinks.
woohoo? I have not. So
how about the yoo-hoo?
Yes, I do.
But I've never had a yoo-hoo.
I had when I was a kid. I loved the taste of a yoo-hoo. I don't really love it as much anymore.
I haven't had one.
I don't know what. I probably haven't had one in 10 years.
It's like chocolate water? What is it?
I don't know. Yeah, probably. It's not milk-based.
Yeah, I don't know what's in it.
That's a good question, you know?
Anyway.
I never thought about
that. I love
that.
chocolate, though. That's my downfall. Oh, my gosh. My wife gets these Trader Joe's chocolate stars. They're dark chocolate over shortbread. So I always look at the added sugars and then the serving size, and it's 5 cookies for 11 grams of sugar. So I'm like, all right, 2 grams of cookie, not bad, right? I couldn't stop eating them last
Right.
night.
If you have 17 cookies, though, you're like, hey.
I don't know if I had 17, but I had a lot. Holy cow. Anyway.
That's my thing. Once I get started on the junk, I just don't. That's why.
chocolate.
Hey, look, Awaken 180, man, changed everything. I don't like. I
No
don't sit
yeah.
there and crave it anymore. You know.
When you get past because I've done it before, where you stop the sugar, like you get past that craving, like you need it, then it's over, and then you're like, you don't really even miss it. It's
You're
wild.
almost like, why would I eat that?
Yeah, right.
You know,
I'm not there right now. I'm in the other.
You know
the
what? You know what we
spectrum.
want to eat? We want to go full. We want to go full Jameis Winston. Let's eat a big fat W this weekend against the Baltimore Ravens on
Yes.
Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, man.
Tommy Mack's putting good vibes. Today's a good vibe day for you.
Yeah,
right?
man. Well, listen. In my defense, look on paper, no, like Baltimore should beat us. They should. They're playing good football. They've got plenty of talent. They play physical style ball. But listen, man, anything can happen in the NFL, as we know. B, we have, although we didn't redeem ourselves against the Browns after Cincy's loss, we typically have, played a lot better after a loss. So maybe after 2 losses, we're going to finally put it together. But listen, we're not talented enough to just, kind of show up. Like, you cannot make mistakes. You cannot be out of position. You cannot know what you're doing. You got to know the cover, everything. Like, you're not going to win this game if you have guys open in the middle of the field. You're not going to win this game if the communication's off. We'll leave it at that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be on point to win. And look, for me, I want them to win. I got them winning, but just show that you can. This is like a battle tester, in my opinion, right? You still got 3 games to go, and you got to take care of business. But you play well and even beat them, or just play them tight and strong and tough, and you're right there. You know what? It'll give you that confidence to say, okay, you know what? We're going to finish this year strong, and we're going to go into the playoffs feeling pretty darn good about ourselves. But I think that's what this game means to this team at this point of the season.
Well, when you say, people look, the Jags just aren't playing that way, defensively, whatever. Man, when you say anything can happen in this league, if you needed a more stark example of that, I hope you watched Thursday Night Football.
Oh, jeez.
The Raiders just lost 3-0 last week.
Right.
They scored 63 points, 42 in the first half.
Yeah.
And just boat race the Chargers. Now the Chargers are playing out the string, but come on, man. I mean, what a beatdown they administered last night. So they're averaging over 30 points a game the last 2 weeks.
Yep. Right.
I mean, and they had a shutout in there, and that's 4 days earlier.
Right. No, I know. It's wild.
They thought about, do we need to go back to Garoppolo? Should we bench O'Connell? They're like, what's the point? Right.
Right.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Also, Josh Jacobs, our starting running back, is out.
Yep.
Devontae Adams had the flu or whatever he had this week.
No, right. It's wild. Granted, they're in the same division. Anything can happen even further. But Chicago beating Detroit last week. I mean, Detroit needed that win.
Look,
they're on a 2-game skid. They need to step up. But anything can happen in that regard. Now, granted, again, this is a good team. This is a good offense. This is a good defense for the most part, and they're going to get after it. There's John Harbaugh, one thing you can say about John Harbaugh, and I like John way better than I like Jim, not personally, but just as coaches and their persona and all that stuff. But he gets his team ready, man. They're physical. They normally don't make mistakes. You know what I mean? They're humming right now, and that's what you want in December, right? This is why
absolutely
you want to hum into the playoffs. You don't want to be like, I don't know which team's going to show up.
We're still a full month from the playoffs.
I know,
right? I mean, so you think back to where the Jags were a month ago.
Right.
They're coming off getting beat by San Francisco. They've had like 2 seasons since then, right? They win 2 division games, including on the road versus Houston, and you're feeling great about yourself, Tone. And then you come back. It's prime time. And you get beaten consecutive weeks by backup quarterbacks. So, I mean, look, who knows what the Jags are going to look like a month from now. All they need to do, Tony, is concern themselves with how they're going to look on Sunday night.
Yeah, look, we said it last week before the Browns game, 5 one-game seasons. Right. That's the way they need to be approaching it. They don't need to be looking at, if they win on Sunday night against Baltimore, things open back up for them in the AFC. Right, like they're still in the running for the number 1 seed in the AFC if they win on Sunday night against this Baltimore team. They're taking on the team in the AFC playoff picture right now, Tommy, that if you're going to look at all really 11 teams that have a chance to get into the playoffs in the AFC right now, Baltimore's the one you would circle as that's the team that it feels most likely they can win 3 or 4 games in a row playoff time and make something happen. It's not that no one else can, but they're the ones that feel like the most likely candidate in the conference to make that happen. Beat them on Sunday here.
Right.
You change the narrative around a bunch of things, including the one that is so pervasive right now around the team here in town after losing the last couple of weeks.
And the psyche. The psyche of the team. That is so important. You win, play them tough, hard, right there. Should have won. Maybe a play or two you would have won. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'll do wonders for your psyche because I don't care what they say publicly. They got to be like, well, we're kind of iffy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're good sometimes. We're not good sometimes. Our offense plays good one game. Our defense sucks. Our defense plays good. Our offense sucks. Our special teams makes gas. Whatever. Now, the upside is what? They still haven't put a complete game together, have they?
No.
Right?
I don't know.
Maybe Tennessee.
Okay.
Maybe Tennessee.
Maybe.
Most teams don't, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe not special teams, they don't, but a lot of teams, their offense and defense are doing pretty well.
There are games. I bet if you really looked at like what we consider dominant performances on both sides of the ball, they're like San Fran's got a handful of them this year, but they're right now seen as the elite team in the National Football League.
Yeah. And they went through a 3-game skid, right?
Right, where they averaged
Lost to the
17
Browns.
points a week, and they're just kind of meh, and they're a little beat up. And hey. So everyone's a little beat up.
You're right about that.
They're all a little beat up. The Ravens come in without Mark Andrews, right? I mean, the most dangerous pass catcher. They lost their starting running back in week 1 in J.K. Dobbins, and they lead the NFL in rushing. And as Tony and I were breaking it down earlier this week, good chunk of that is Lamar Jackson, but it's not all him.
No. Gus Edwards got a good thumping going.
Keaton Mitchell is coming on. And
he's lightning.
He is. They got a good one-two
have a
punch
commitment
there.
to it. And they're generally successful to some degree doing it. Like the Jags have at times had a commitment to it. Like this week, again, 10 carries in the first half, 4.2 yards a carry for ETN.
Right.
You got the ball 4 times on the ground in the second half.
Right.
But what do you do, Tom? You want to be committed to the run, but he ran for -7 yards. Are you just, at that point, do you just say, we cannot run the ball?
Yeah.
Are we doing anything to keep them honest when they keep tackling us in the backfield?
Well, I thought, when we were down 14-0, I think it was Trevor's first pick. I thought like that was a kind of a desperate throw, or play. I was like, come on, you're only down 14-0. It's early second quarter, I think it was, or mid. You can still run your offense, but then if it gets more leakage, then it does take you out a little bit. But I didn't think at that time you had to force that one. It felt forced anyway, but I agree. I mean, look, no, you still – here's the thing. This is what I don't always get, Tone, and I'm not a play caller, right? I'm not there in the heat of the battle, but from watching it. You go back to the first quarter. Where was our success in the run game? That lane I keep talking about where they block out the receiver, they wall off the pursuit, and you got a guard coming up through, pulling through, and ETN's following through. The Wildcat worked, and then just a pure handoff worked in the first quarter last week. And then all of a sudden they're shoving it up the center's butt. You know what I mean? Like, or A-gap. I'm like, okay, you can't always do that. Now, they did try to go back to that, and I think, Cleveland caught on because they did have a couple stops in the backfield, but they never mixed it up. You know what I mean? They never kept them off balance to what you're thinking. And then it got to be a point where they did get away from the running game, right? Because they thought, oh, well, we got to pass to, try to get back into this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think you have to know who you are and what you can do. Right, and you're not a team that's all of a sudden going to become the bully on the offensive line. It's not what you got, right? Like, you don't have the pieces to do that. You don't have Fortner at center and Sheriff at right guard because you're going to bully people.
Right.
You got those guys there because you can run the pulls and those
athletic.
kinds of things. That's what you're trying to do. You got to make it work. And if it's not going to work, then you're just going to go, all right, I guess we're not going to run the ball today. Like, that's what it feels like for them right now. If that doesn't happen for them, it's not going to happen.
Right.
All right, today we'll hear from both Jaguars offensive and defensive coordinators, Press Taylor and Mike Caldwell. We'll also ask you what are your 3 keys to victory for the Jags versus the Baltimore Ravens this Sunday. That's your Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day. We've got our confidence picks. I had Raiders on top this week. I say that every Friday. That's,
by 40.
By 40, exactly. 42, as a matter of fact. Unbelievable game. 84 points last night. This is, I'm on the air for every Monday and Thursday night game. Yeah. And we've had some horrible, horrible games. And this wasn't the best game competitive-wise, but give me 84 points every Thursday night, please.
I had fun watching it.
Oh, it's fantastic, right? I mean, I delighted in being on national radio talking about how the Jaguars had broken the soul and spirit of the Chargers, and clearly that's why their season is what it is. There's a lot of Charger yappy to yap in the timeline all during that playoff game last year. Yeah. And then even afterwards, well, blah, 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 this, that, if Bosa this or that, or shut it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Oh, I had the thought when they went down 28-0, I was like, yeah, I know a team that could come back from that.
Yeah.
That was the thought I had.
And it ain't them.
Yeah, it ain't them.
It ain't them for sure. All right, so if you want to get in today, 641-1010. If you want to talk Jaguar football, that is the way to do it on the All-Pro Roofing phone lines or on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. You can hit us up that way as well. Social media-wise, at MD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, at Meathead55, and at 1010XL Denmark.
Hold my pocket.
What's up, Pockets?
Yo.
How are we?
Good.
By the way,
we.
Yes.
Yoo-hoo is chocolate syrup and water.
There you go.
So there you
it's
go.
Chocolate water.
Chocolate water.
Chocolate water is what you got.
It was.
And Tommy Mac. He knows his.
Woo-hoo, you-hoo, chocolate water, you.
Take it well. Confectionary beverages.
Like a Dr. Seuss thing.
Sure. We got our confidence picks. We got keys to victory. We got a Friday show for you. So lock in, and let's try to figure out how the Jaguars can knock off the 2-game losing streak and get a W on Sunday Night Football and set themselves up for a great run down the stretch. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for Tire Outlet. Why don't you ride in style with a brand new set of tires for my friends at Tire Outlet? They've got the best selection, the best quality, and, yes, the best prices. You're going to find the tires that you're looking for your vehicle. If they don't have them in the Tire Outlet retail location of your choice around town, they'll have them out to you in less than an hour. They got a warehouse here with over 300,000 tires stocked floor to ceiling. It's absolutely amazing to see, quite honestly, and over 40 years of experience as well to make sure that you can trust them not only with your tires, but great auto service as well. I take my car to Tire Outlet whenever I need anything done. You can trust them as well. They've got expert technicians ready to go to maintain your vehicle as well. That's Tire Outlet, where you always get wholesale prices and premium service.
Jaguars Today Friday
is brought to you by
CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living from the JOI Studios at 1010XL, where the pros go. Join the 1010XL Podcast Network.
Okay, excellent show, everyone.
Now you can find all your favorite 1010XL podcasts in your platform of choice.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Have you heard? Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are attempting to sell 2,000 vehicles this December. How? I've instructed my team to take all reasonable offers. We won't lose your business over price. We have thousands of cars, trucks, and SUVs on the ground and priced to sell. We guarantee the most money for your trade and the easiest car buying experience ever. I promise we ain't leaving nothing on the table. At Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville, we're here to wow you.
More than qualified to handle your roof. Call J&M and we'll show you the proof. Check with our customers and they all say only one way to go, the J&M way.
We take pride in doing quality work at a fair price, and you can finance your new roof for as low as $139 per month. J&M Roofing, under the umbrella. Call 904-337-0509.
License number CCC 1331951.
Come to Monahan Jewelers' 46th annual holiday sale now with up to 30% off on GIA certified diamonds and up to 40% off our entire store. Certified diamonds, gemstones, engagement rings, diamond studs, designer brands. We're not a big box store. We're your local family jeweler with an amazing hand-picked inventory for every budget. And with interest-free financing, enjoy beautiful jewelry with a low monthly payment. Support your local family jeweler this Christmas with up to 40% off our entire inventory. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Open 7 days a week in December.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about being a peacemaker. Friends, so often we can only want to help people who are in our inner circle. But God never had inner circles. The world was his inner circle, and he's depending on us to make a difference and to leave our mark in this life. So go out today receiving his peace and then sharing it with the world.
To hear more inspirational messages by Reverend Dr. Nicholas Lowe, please visit our website at stjohnthedivine.com.
Happy holidays. If you're stuck for ideas for cool holiday gifts, 1010XL's Holiday Gift Guide is here to help. Get great gift ideas from Small Cakes Jacks, Superior Fireworks, and Brackish Vodka at 1010XL.com.
Hey folks, if you want to add value to your home without breaking the piggy bank, Shark Coatings offers multiple finance options to meet your budget. Like a smaller garage for as low as $45 per month, or a standard 2-car garage around $58 a month. And a 4-car driveway with a walkway is only $82 a month. Of course, each property is unique and our design consultants can give you exact pricing for your project. But here's a way to only spend a little each month for the Shark Coatings your concrete floors need now. Shark Coatings, we're ready when you are.
No dental insurance? No problem. Introducing the Care Plus program from the dental offices of Dr. James McCall. For only $625 per year, you will receive 2 cleanings and dental exams, a full set of x-rays, plus 1 emergency dental exam and x-ray. You'll also receive a 20% discount on all other services offered. Kids 12 and under will receive the same program for only $525. Call Dr. McCall today at 620-9225.
Are you ready for the ultimate happy hour experience? Look no further than Bellwether, downtown's undisputed champion of good times. It's Tuesday through Saturday from 4 to 7 p, with the exception on Friday when happy hour starts at 11 a.m. Rally the team and head over to Bellwether. The vibe is full and the food is unbeatable. Free parking after 6 p on weekdays and all weekend. Bellwether Restaurant, where great food and the best happy hour in town come together for an epic win.
I'm Jeff Middlecoff with Trustline Mortgage. My business partners, Alan Tyre, Bill Pappas, and Ken Rimley, have been helping first-time home buyers with their mortgage financing all over Florida for 34 years. First-time home buyers can get no or low down payments, anywhere from 0 to 3.5% down. As a first-time home buyer with Trustline Mortgage, you get added benefits for doing your loan with us, like lower rates on your mortgage insurance and lower closing costs. Oh, and did I forget to mention that Trustline gives first-time homebuyers better mortgage interest rates? Here's the bottom line. Trustline Mortgage wants to help first-time homebuyers accomplish your goal of home ownership. That's why Trustline Mortgage is offering the best first-time homebuyer benefits around, period. Trustline Mortgage delivers with no and low down payments, lower closing costs, and better interest rates. Call Trustline Mortgage today at 381-LOAN. Yes, 381-LOAN to find out how we can help you buy your dream home. Or visit our website at trustlinemortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Certain restrictions apply. See office for details. Trustline is an equal housing opportunity. MLS number 331480.
Mystic Cornhole Company builds the best high-quality custom boards right here in Jax. Perfect for weddings, tailgating, your business, a day at the beach, and a great gift idea for you-know-who. See their designs at mysticcornholecompany.com.
Just like those little holiday snow globes, you better get ready to shake up the season because Toyotathon is on at Arlington Toyota. Right now at Arlington, get financing as low as 2.99% on 10 new Toyota models. And Arlington has more than 500 new Toyotas available, plus every new Toyota purchase comes with Arlington's lifetime warranty. Toyotathon is on at Arlington. Shop in person, 10939 Atlantic Boulevard, or online 24/7 at arlingtontoyota.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Mac in the Middle, Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
Yeah, I think there's a big difference in running the wrong route and not being on the exact same page with how you're running route. We have not had wrong routes. It has not been this person doesn't know what they're doing, they're running the wrong route, or things like that.
That's Jaguar offensive coordinator Press Taylor yesterday. Okay, I think we may be getting bogged down in semantics here.
I think
right?
so too. Yeah.
Are you running the wrong route, or you're running the right route but not running it the right way? Right? Like, I mean, okay, if it's like Ridley was running a 9 route or a go route or whatever you call it, right? But did he fight for the ball, Tony? Was supposed to take it on the inside? It's still a go route, right? He's running the right route. He wasn't supposed to run a little button hook on that play, but is he executing it the right way? And are the quarterback and the receiver on the same page, Tom? And I think clearly the answer is no, on not every time, but there have been plenty of occasions this year when that hasn't been the case.
You know, look, Doug's stat, nobody's going to call out their players. They don't do that. Doug does not do that. I wouldn't expect the coaches to do that either. I feel it's more coach speak. Like, it's almost like we lost gap integrity, but in fact, you got your ass kicked at the line of scrimmage, and they moved you out of your gap, so you lost gap integrity.
Why did you lose gap
integrity? Yeah, because I got
thrown.
knocked on my ass. I don't know, but I lost it for sure. So, look, there's miscommunication somewhere. So it's either the quarterback's throwing it to the wrong spot or the receiver's in the wrong spot. So, I don't know. If that we could say that's true on miscommunication for most teams, well, then sometimes the receiver runs. I mean, the skinny post, look, was it not supposed to be a skinny post? I know he never turned around. The one you're talking about near the goal line or in the red zone. Yeah. He never turned. I don't know what you call it, but the ball was to the left and he was to the right and he didn't even turn around to look at it. So what is that? Again, I don't really care if the coach comes out and says, yeah, they're running the wrong way. It doesn't matter. You can see with your own two eyes that there's something going on, and that's not the only play. Now, I'm not saying he doesn't know what he's doing every single play, because there are plays where Calvin Ridley has been really good at.
Makes exceptional plays.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
The slant has worked really good. That out, nobody can cover him on that out. The 10, 12, 15-yarder, nobody can do that. But there are plays. I've seen it for weeks where there was a week where Kirk's going in motion and going behind Ridley. Ridley's looking at him like and Kirk's like yelling at him, like trying to tell like something's going on. Like even on the pick where Ingram got held. What week was that? I mean, he just stood there and like turned in and didn't do anything. So, I don't care if the coach calls him out. I don't expect him to. But to me, that's coach speak. And look, is it all them not knowing what they're doing, running the wrong route, what have you? No. Is it some of it? Yes. Is it all the quarterback throwing it to the wrong spot? No. Some of it? Yes. I mean, it takes two in that whole situation.
Occasionally, it's a guy making an exceptional play, too.
True.
Right? I mean, that can happen as well. You can run the right route. Quarterback can make the right read, deliver the ball accurately, and a defensive player just makes an exceptional play. Now, I'm not saying that that's the cause of their issues this year.
Let's just turn it over to defense real quick, because both Njoku touchdowns, Devin Lloyd was supposed to have them. They were in man on both.
Not according to Loggeman.
Who was supposed to have them?
One of them was Foye.
Well, they had the back and the tight end, so they either didn't communicate who they were going to have. So I know what he's talking about. So on the second touchdown, Lloyd's to the right, Aluakin's to the left. There's a back offset to the tight end. So technically, Foye has the back, and Njoku is the tight end who Devin Lloyd would have. Now, did they not do an in-out where, like, if they cross, then we switch? I don't know. They both bid on the run fake, and then Aluakin hugged up to the back. So if it's the same play we're talking about, I mean, Logs watches a lot more film than me, but I watched that play over and over. I'm like, all right, they both bid on the run fake, but then Aluakin hugs up on the back. A hug up is when you have that back in coverage. Yeah. If he don't go out, you go to him. So you don't give him any room. Maybe it's a screen, maybe it's whatever. Maybe you get a chance to continue to rush.
Trying to take away the easy completion.
Correct. So there was something there to start the play. I guarantee if Aluakin went to the back. Sorry, I keep knocking.
That's right. Tom's animated right now. For folks not watching on the YouTube, the hands are in motion.
To the start of the play, Devin appeared to have the tight end. And then for whatever reason, he didn't take him. Yeah. So I don't know what that means. Maybe he thought, well, maybe now I have the back, and we should have switched. And Aluakin's like, well, we never talked about it. That is miscommunication. But at the same time, you got a guy wide open down the field. The first one was totally on Lloyd. I mean, he ran right by him, and they're in man. And even if they were in zone, there's nobody else there. You have to take the guy. But again, they jumped up on that run fake, and next thing you know, Njoku's gone.
Well, that's the shame of it. It was basically 3 busts in coverage.
Correct.
That led to the 3 touchdowns, and the rest of the time, half the time, Flacco's throwing the ball in the dirt all day. But you gave him any guy. Aiden O'Connell is going to find the wide open
4
guy,
touchdowns,
right? When that guy is wide open.
Yeah, they're professionals.
Correct.
Everyone who's taking a snap in the NFL is a professional at playing quarterback. They're going to be able to make plays when you bust, right? Like those kind of things are going to happen. And I think, going back to the conversation about routes or whatever's going on with all that stuff, I think most of the frustration right now is that it seems to keep happening around Calvin Ridley, right? And the big plays that he is capable of making, we all feel like he's capable of doing those kind of things. It's those small moments that are leading to some of these miscommunication issues, and you can try to parse out whose fault is whose in those kind of regards, but it's happening a lot with him right now compared to the other guys in the past game.
I mean, look, during camp we were hearing this, weren't we?
Yeah.
I mean, that there were times where he would go kind of rogue, but he makes so many good plays that you're like, I need him in the lineup because he will make that big play, and we need him. And look, by the way, where was the deep crossover last week? That worked perfectly 2 weeks ago with Ridley. Remember that? It was a beautiful play, beautiful throw. He's wide open. Trev hit him in stride. He got up the field and made a huge play. You didn't see any of that at all. Now, you can't do that every single time, but look, at the end of the day, they have to get on the same page. I'll tell you another thing. Trev, 3rd and 1, you audible into the bomb. Like, man, get the first down. You know what I mean? Look, if you hit it, it's great.
Right.
But it's a high risk, and he doesn't throw it in the right spot every single time. Sometimes he throws it inside. Sometimes that DB has a chance to make a play on a ball. He throws it short a little bit sometimes. Sometimes he makes a perfect throw. Parker Washington's made a perfect throw to Ingram. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But consistently, he doesn't.
Well, let's one more here from Press Taylor before we hit the break, because this goes along with what we're talking about with the communication. He just kind of goes through the 3 interceptions.
Okay.
Last week was asked to go through it from the perspective, I'm assuming, of kind of what exactly broke down.
We had 3 interceptions the other day in the game. I think one of them, we didn't expect the ball at the time the ball came out, so our head wasn't around. We ended up missed opportunity. Unfortunately, that turned into an interception. If the ball hits the ground, it's first down. 2nd down, we'll keep playing keep playing the series out. We had another one. We got a 0 blitz. The ball's got to come out. They're bringing more pressure than we have protectors. Quarterback threw a go ball. I think the receiver thought the ball was going to get thrown earlier because of where the coverage was. But again, understanding the entire situation, what the quarterback's dealing with, the ball comes out early, turned into an interception as well. And then we had another one. We took a post route a little flatter across the field where we were expecting maybe a little deeper angle on that. So nobody ran the wrong route in those instances. We just, in terms of the details of it and where we thought the ball was going to go or where we thought the ball was going to be thrown at a certain time, just barely off. And unfortunately, all those plays turned into interceptions, which is not always the case, but unfortunate.
Look, again, I think this is semantics. If let's call it a down and in, right?
Yeah, sure.
And you're supposed to run it 5 yards and cut across, okay?
Yeah.
And you go 7 and cut across. You're still running it down and in. You're running the right route. Yeah. You're not running it the right way. So it's the same thing to me. Like, if you're, all right, we're supposed to take a flatter angle. We took a deeper angle. Mm-hmm. So is that really the right route then? Because you're running, quote, the route in name, but you're not running it the way that the play was designed.
So the deep one he's talking to was to
that
Zay.
was the one on
Zay on the left there. When is Zay on the deep one?
We had Ridley up the right side.
That was the right side, right? We threw it inside but deep, and the guy just caught it, right? I know the one he's talking about. We didn't turn his head around. Look, I'm not a receiver, but a skinny post, you're supposed to turn your head around right when you make the cut, and the ball should be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know about that one. And then the deep one, I mean, look, if it was an option route, we've seen that before. Remember the Bills and Gabe Davis? Remember, it could have cost him the game. He thought he was going out. He went in. He threw it the other. You know what I mean? Those things happen. So if it was that, I get. But where he threw it, okay. So he says he went a little flat, or is he supposed to do more of a skinnier post? Is it supposed to be? You know what I mean? Because that ball was to the left, and he's right. I mean, I don't know. To me, it just seems like, well, then how is that? Okay, are we making the cut on the fly? Do we know pre-snap? You know what I mean? Does it change as the route goes? Are you overthinking this? You know what I mean? So, look, it's miscommunication. Call it what you want. So, in that one, either Trevor threw in the wrong spot or the receiver ran to the wrong spot. I don't know. It's one of the two.
Well, the Jags are lucky that their defense forced 3 turnovers over their own.
You're right.
Because it kept them in the football game.
Yep.
As bad as we are maligning the defense and for their breakdowns, and obviously they had massive breakdowns on those touchdown passes. There's no question about it. I mean, when you're turning it over as much as this offense did, the fact that they were able to put up 27 points is in large part a testimony to the defense's ability to create opportunities to get the ball back.
Darius Williams made a great pick, bad throw, but he was on top of it.
Sure.
And Wingard, that was all hustle, man. That was a hustle play to knock that ball out. to get the fumble. So you're right.
All right, a few more thoughts on from Prez Taylor. More looking ahead now to the Ravens this weekend and what they're going to try to do to this Jaguar offense. We'll get to Mike Caldwell's comments yesterday as well, the Jaguars defensive coordinator. If you want to get in and talk Jaguar football, 641-1010 is the easy way to do it on the All-Pro Roofing phone lines. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Tom McManus, and Dylan Denmark. Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods, local company. Dandy's been in business for over 6.5 decades. The Thompson family started off with an idea. Let's just make high-quality food, keep the prices reasonable, give folks some pretty nice variety, and, support the folks here locally in Duval. Employ a lot of people. Let's have a thriving business, and it has worked out just absolutely phenomenally. Dandy uses the highest quality ingredients. They deliver fresh. It's always fresh when you go into a Gate station, and the amazing variety that they've got. I'm telling you, you can easily have over 30 Dandy items to choose from. Sandwiches, subs, protein packs, salads, breakfast sliders, late lunchtime wraps. They've got a little something for everybody. On the go in Duval means you're probably spending at least 30 minutes in the car. You start to get that grumble in your belly. Not only filling up your tank, but filling up your personal tank. Dandy's going to take care of you. If you're hungry in Duval, Dandy is absolutely the name to know and has been for years. So do what I do. Go out and make yours a Dandy and do it today.
Jaguars Today Friday
is brought to you by
CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living from the JOI Studios at 1010XL, where the pros go. Scoring points is so important, someone has to be singled out as the Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game.
That's what you want from a leader.
On 1010XL, Universal Roof and Contracting. Experience the universal difference.
Did you know the 2023 Honda CR-V Hybrid never needs to be plugged in? The onboard system charges the batteries for you. When you think Honda, think hybrid. Good for the environment, great for your budget. Visit your local Honda dealer to experience the CR-V of the future today.
5-Star Pizza delivers a symphony of flavors for an extraordinary artisanal experience.
Dude, come on, it's a pizza.
Well, have you seen their Piezilla? It barely fits through the doorway. Call 5-Star Pizza now and cry out for a Piezilla!
Hey, this is Jason with Bueller Air Conditioning. Why do we love to go to that awesome grocery store where shopping is a pleasure? Why do we choose that amazing chicken sandwich where the service is fast and friendly and it's always their pleasure? You see, those brands are a promise. Here at Bueller Air, our team is committed to serving the customer and delivering that same kind of brand promise. Our mission is to be the most trusted brand with friendly and professional service every single time. Give us a call today or visit BuellerAir.com.
Perfect Rag Billiards in Murray Hill is your spot to be for all your football needs. Full liquor bar, 8 pool tables, darts, and shuffleboard. Weekend specials include happy hour all day Friday to $3 seltzer Saturdays, along with wing and pitcher specials on Sunday. Watching the Jag game, $19 domestic buckets on game day. There isn't a better place to play pool, have a beer, and just kick back. Perfect Rack Billiards on Edgewood and Murray Hill, the best place in Jax to watch sports.
I'm Hayes Carline. I'm always going to have opinions, but sometimes I've got to get the hammer out. Listen to Hammer Time, weekdays on The Frangie Show on 1010XL. Brought to you by Golden Hammer Roofing and Gutters, the golden standard in roofing.
When it comes to commercial fence services, Superior Fence and Rail has you covered. If your business needs automatic gates or security fence and railings, trust Superior with your next commercial project. Superior's team delivers great communication, high-quality products, and exceptional customer service. Just read any of their 2,300-plus reviews.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
At Farah & Farah, we represent people from all walks of life in matters involving personal injury cases. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter which neighborhood you call home, because everyone deserves justice, dignity, and respect. And remember, when it comes to compensation, you only get one shot. Make it count. Call Farah & Farah at 800-500-5555. Jacksonville.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. Since 1928, people have admired diamond solitaire necklaces and ear studs that we've hand-selected and put together because of the way they dance and sparkle on a lady's neck or ear. And now, through Christmas, Underwoods is putting all of our diamond solitaire necklaces and ear studs on sale at 15% below our everyday price. We also take trade-ins on these pieces of jewelry, so if you're thinking about growing a diamond solitaire necklace or a pair of diamond studs up to a larger size, this is the ideal time to come see us. To give an example, we normally sell our 1-carat total weight diamond stud earrings for $2,600, but right now they're on sale for $2,210. Our diamond solitaire necklaces are priced the same way, with sizes from 1/5 carat total weight up to 7 carats total weight. So if you need a gift that says forever, make it an Underwood diamond solitaire necklace or a pair of diamond stud earrings.
Underwood's in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
There are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Pick it here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
I'm with Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville. And Greg, we are in the fall. That means not only do you need to get out on the road, but you can do it with a Honda. What have you got?
We have got the full line. We've got Honda Goldwings, Honda Groms, Honda BT750s. You name it, we got it.
Now that means you can get out and take a long road trip, or you can just head to the beach if you want.
You can tool around the beach, or you can go to Daytona Beach, whichever you please.
All right, check out the inventory on the showroom floor right now. Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency, or online, cyclesofjacksonville.com.
If your lawn is not as green as you'd like, it's time to go orange by calling Orange Environmental Services, Jacksonville's highest quality pest control for over 45 years. Frank Frangie here. I've trusted Orange Environmental to take care of our home's pest control needs for years. With the Orange Shield Protection Plan for your home or office, you can relax knowing Orange Environmental will handle pest control, termite control, and mosquito control. Orange Environmental has been giving Northeast Florida peace of mind from bug problems since 1972. Call them today at 272-3284.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jags tight end Evan Ingram continues to create mismatched nightmares for opposing defenses. Offensive coordinator Press Taylor talked about the trust the Jags offense has in Ingram.
Yeah, he's done a great job, again, making the most of his opportunities. Part of it's the coverage, the matchup, the way things dictate. He's certainly somebody that has produced with the opportunities given to him. He's somebody that we can all trust and count on, and the quarterbacks have a lot of familiarity with where he's going to be and when he's going to be there and trust what we've asked him to do.
Press Taylor, visit Jaguars.com for more. JTA Game Day Express is back. Save gas and avoid parking hassles as the Jaguars take on the Ravens this Sunday. Let them do the driving with 5 locations and passes starting at $10 on the My JTA app. To learn more, visit JTAFLA.com. I'm Molly McDonald with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars Update.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
Parker's done a good job. You know, he's made the most of his opportunities when the ball's been thrown his way. Made a couple tough catches there for touchdowns last 2 weeks. And, you know, he's a young player that all of a sudden is getting thrust into a heavy role, a lot of usage, and he's done a good job responding to it, and he'll continue to get better as he keeps going.
Got to hang on to that football as a punt returner if you're Parker Washington, but has contributed as a receiver. Now, I just want to hear the follow-up to this. Press Taylor was asked about the potential return of Jamal Agnew.
Obviously, he's a dynamic ball carrier. I mean, we've all seen that as a punt returner. He's done that at times for us in the 2 years here as a ball carrier for us in the offense, and then gives us the speed, the vertical threat down the field that, you know, without a guy like that, obviously you lack. So I think that's an element that stresses defense a little bit. You know where he is on the field. People are certainly aware of when he comes in the game, when he goes in motion, when he is near the football in some way, shape, or form. Then he's continued to grow as a receiver from our time here. You know, he's still relatively new to the position. And so we've just watched him get better every single year, every single week, and grow in his receiver ability.
How many years you got to play receiver before you're not new to the position anymore? Anyway, if let's say Jamal Agnew's back this week, I hope that they leave Parker Washington in the receiving role that he's in, and if they want to sprinkle in a play or two for Jamal Agnew, but let him alleviate Parker Washington's need to do double duty.
Yeah.
Focus on the return game. I just felt like it feels like Agnew's such a tell when he's on the field. You know, like the ball goes to him such a high percentage of time when he's out there on the field and on offense.
Well, and it makes sense. We talked about it going through training camp. Parker Washington, how is he going to be active on game day? One of two things has to happen. Agnew has to be out because he's the primary backup punt returner. So if Agnew's out for any time, he'll be the special teams. He's active right that week. Or Christian Kirk is out because he naturally plays more that slot kind of role for him in the offense. So I do think it doesn't change the roles for the guys in the offense all that much with Agnew coming back.
Yep.
So I think that Parker likely fills the role that he's had to fill the last week and a half, basically, for the football team. But it does add that element of Agnew does give you you got to think about when he's on the field as a defense because he does present a threat, at least potentially.
Yeah, I mean, with Kirk out, I agree with you on let Agnew handle all the return and then just play the Kirk position if you're Parker, right? Because he can play it well. He can, especially when you give him a chance to go one-on-one. He's running some good routes. He's making some good catches. He's fast enough to make plays. I think he's showing, a little bit. And then, look, I agree, sprinkle Agnew in, but guess what? Put them both out there at the same time and go to Parker. You know what I mean? And then maybe go to Agnew the next time. I don't know. Switch it up, but have them both out there. Because one thing we do know about this, you may know he's getting the ball, but if he goes deep, your safeties are on high alert.
Sure.
Because he can run right by you. So just got to get a little more creative and not as telling like you're saying.
And use him as a decoy.
I agree.
You put him in motion and do some different things and let the defense get their eye looking at him. All right, before we go to these phone lines for the first time today, if you're on the line, we'll get to you next at 641-1010 on the All-Pro Roofing phone lines. Tony Smith going to take you on a quick visit around the National Football League.
Now, Gems Around the NFL. Brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
Baltimore linebacker Roquan Smith was a full participant on Thursday after missing practice Wednesday. Safety Kyle Hamilton was limited for the second day in a row as he works back from an MCL sprain that he suffered last week. The Cleveland Browns have signed quarterback Joe Flacco to a one-year deal that could be worth up to $4.05 million, which would include a $2 million bonus if they won the Super Bowl this year. Houston quarterback C.J. Stroud has not practiced yet this week and remains in the league's concussion protocol. The Texans are preparing Davis Mills to start on Sunday. The Indianapolis Colts have ruled out running back Jonathan Taylor for this week. New York Giants tight end Darren Waller had his 21-day practice window opened as he works to return from a hamstring injury. He was limited in practice on Thursday. Chicago wide receiver DJ Moore was limited on Thursday with an ankle injury after missing practice Wednesday. Miami Dolphins running back Devon Achane and wide receiver Tyreek Hill were both listed as did not practice on Thursday for the Dolphins. And Pittsburgh linebackers TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith have both been cleared from the league's concussion protocol and will play tomorrow for the Steelers.
Pockets. Somebody's got Achane in the breakfast bowl.
Yeah, I actually watched Mike McDaniel's press conference yesterday.
And
he's like, I don't know.
That's what the breakfast bowl will do to you.
I don't know. He gonna
That's
play
what
good.
it'll do, though. He went out seeking intel so he could throw it in our face. Mike McDaniel told me, but no, he doesn't even know. I don't know, man. You missed 2 practices with a toe injury. I'm going to think that's
no bueno.
Not a good harbinger of things to come. All right, 641-1010. Let's get out to it on the All-Pro Roofing phone lines. Darren on the west side in first today. Good morning, Darren.
Hey, good morning, guys. Tommy, I wanted you to speak. Last year, this team this time of year was playing like, with their hair on fire. The last 2 weeks, the team has looked somewhat sluggish and tired. This time of year, I want, you to speak to, what's some things that the guys can do? Do they give them more rest? It just seems like that's leading to mental fatigue. And last year, they were playing instinctive football to where it seems like the last couple of weeks they've been playing reactive football instead of – it just seems to just totally different from this time last year. And so I just wanted Tommy to speak to that some. Thanks, Tommy.
Yeah, well, I think that from a macro standpoint, look, last year you surprised a lot of people. They weren't expecting you to do anything, and you got on a run, and it was valid and legit and had a lot of merit, and we know how it ended up. So this year you got the target on your back, right? So now people are like, oh, you know what? They do have some talent. They got some players. Let's see how we can figure out how to beat them, right? Instead of just, knowing that, maybe we're just going to be better than them. We got to figure out. And, back to Lloyd and Aluki, like I felt like on that touchdown, and I think it's poignant, but it looked like, because I rewound it a couple times, it looked like the side that the Njoku and the back were on, they were in man, and the other side, they looked like they were in zone. And when Njoku comes across, again, maybe Lloyd's sitting there, well, it's zone over there, I let him go, right? Or it's man going to zone, so I let him go. I don't know, but maybe the opposing offense knows that, right? Maybe they know that maybe 33.
If we get them over here.
You never know, right?
Yeah.
That's my point of bringing that up is that's old. Now take that to every position. I mean, they're ready for you now. You're not surprising anybody anymore. So now it comes down to what? Game plan, execution, and effort. Their effort's there. They've not laid, they did the one game, but overall, I wasn't past 2 games. They were getting after it. They were trying to win. It wasn't like they just laid down and didn't show up type of thing. It was more just lack of execution. Call it miscommunication. Call it not knowing what you're doing.
Right.
Whatever. But
big mistakes on both sides of the ball.
Correct.
At inopportune times. Not that there's an opportune time to have a big mistake, but you know what I mean. When it's 4th and 3. And you don't cover a guy right in the field of view of the quarterback, and he hasn't. That was the only catch for David Bell in the game, wasn't it? I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Went for 43-yard touchdown.
But think about this. So Press is like
41, whatever.
Miscommunication, right? On 3 picks.
Yeah.
Week 14. You know what I mean? Like
right.
that's a problem. Like,
How does
what
that happen?
I don't care whose fault it is. It doesn't matter. But why was that happening this late in the year with veterans? I mean, Trev's he's not a vet, but he's a vet. I mean, he's played a lot of football.
And even though you don't accept it, that's not the right word. You understand it more when Parker Washington does it than when Calvin Ridley does it.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, Parker Washington hasn't played much.
Okay. Fair.
Hasn't played with Trevor much, doesn't take many reps with him in practice.
Yep.
And I'm not saying you excuse it, but you're like, okay, at least I get it. Rookies, you're going to have to live with some of that.
You just kind of go, dang it. Like when it happens and it's him, it's like, man, they just haven't played enough together. When it's Ridley, you're like, what is happening?
Yeah,
I do think players today have to do more on their own because they're limited with coaches and practice. You know what I mean? They do. They've got to study a lot more.
All right, 641-1010. We go back to the lines. Eric in South Carolina is up next. Hello, Eric.
Hello, Jaguars Today crew. Duval! All right. Let's talk about the offense and defense. Now, they've been doing pretty good. The offense seems to be stepping up a little bit, helping out the defense. But the last 2 games, it started to die down. So as we approach this game on Sunday, I'm thinking the offense and defense, we can step it up a notch. We can really do, and if both sides of the ball do well, step up, make big plays, get that fire back, we could possibly win this game.
All right. Well, I don't think there's any doubt that they could possibly win this game. I think Eric has discovered the formula, though. Play better on offense and defense, and it's going to give you a better chance to win.
I would agree.
I think we'd all agree with that.
Yeah. Well, and okay, do you think they've played their best game yet?
No.
Okay.
I hope not.
I mean,
right.
What do you think?
I'm trying to think of what their best performance was.
So far.
Titans?
Maybe.
That first game against the Titans, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's the only one.
Do I think they played their best? I hope
they
not.
handled
right?
it.
But that's the
Atlanta
upside
pretty
is what I'm.
easily,
You're just waiting for that to. Man, I hope it clicks before it's too. Not that it's too late. 'Cause I think you make
Buffalo,
it.
they handled the whole game except defensively for the last 4 minutes.
Right.
Right. Like that was pretty complete, but not totally complete.
Mm-hmm.
That day. So no, they haven't had a game where from the gun, offensively and defensively, you're like, oh, they're on it today for 4 quarters. They haven't done that yet.
All right, well, Eric is ready to go. He's got many Duvals left in him this weekend, I have a feeling. So, Eric, appreciate the call.
Yeah, man.
641-1010 if you want to get in talking Jaguar ball. We'll get a few from Press Taylor. We're starting to get in some what Mike Caldwell had to say yesterday about his defense and what they're facing against Lamar Jackson and company as we get into hour 2 of Jaguars Today with Tony Smith, Tom McManus, and Dylan Denmark. I'm Mike Dempsey. This is 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today Friday
is brought to you by
CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living from the JOI Studios at 1010XL, where the pros go. He's no Johnny-come-lately. He's been the Jags senior writer for a long time.
When it comes to the Jags, oh noes.
Wednesdays from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Brought to you by Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The deal of the year is here at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned. Mia here, and right now you can save thousands off original MSRP on pre-owned 2023 models, like a Toyota Corolla LE starting at just $18,881. A 2023 Toyota Camry LE or RAV4 LE as low as $23,881. You can even get a 2023 Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road 4x4 as low as $38,881. Shop ArlingtonToyota.com and save thousands today.
Hard Rock Bet presents Legal in Florida.
You can bet the game on Hard Rock Bet. No more betting inside your head. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Now Hard Rock Bet is legal in Florida. Legal in Florida. It's safe, it's legal. We'll repeat that it is legal. Top rated sportsbook and it's the only one that's legal.
Get a no-regret first bet up to $100 when you sign up now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and over and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
This holiday season, don't get left out in the cold. Meet the Snow Queen in person at Small Cakes. Small Cakes is hosting a free character meet and greet with the Snow Queen this Saturday, December 16th at the Beach and Hodges location. Take photos with this amazing character, plus there's also a frozen activity sheet for kids to enjoy. All Snow Queen meet and greets are from 1 to 3 p.m. We hope you and your little ones will join us for these opportunities to meet the Snow Queen in person this holiday season. Learn more online at smallcakesjacks.com.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Whoa, that's crazy. Holy smokes, this is the coolest fireworks show you've done. So what did you change?
I stopped buying fireworks at the Big Chain Fireworks and got everything at Superior Fireworks on Blanding Boulevard.
Right in Orange Park?
Yep, easy. Their store is huge, and I got lower prices by shopping early in the month.
Looks like Superior Fireworks is the way to start our new year with a...
SuperiorFireworks.com.
At Ratify Credit Union, we know that a dream home is about more than location and square footage. It's about fulfilling the dream of homeownership and all the dreaming that takes place inside. Building a nursery, starting a business, throwing a graduation party. That's why at Ratify, we're more than just home lenders. We're the fulfiller of dreams. With home and home equity loans that prove dream homes do come true. Ratify Credit Union. Make waves. Ratify Credit Union is an equal housing lender insured by NCUA.
Having hot water in your home is important for washing dishes, yourself, etc. But if your water isn't consistently nice and hot, it may become more of an issue when your family's over for the holidays.
There's no hot water!
Fix water heater problems with a call to Duck Duck Rooter today. Duck Duck Rooter will come and resolve it so you can enjoy lots of hot water this holiday season. Call 904-862-6769. Visit duckduckrooter.com.
Are you ready for some postseason football in Jacksonville? Be at Everbank Stadium as Trevor Lawrence leads the Jaguars in a postseason push for the Lombardi Trophy. Don't miss a single moment of the action at the bank this postseason. Secure your seats for the first round now by going to jaguars.com/tickets or by calling 904-633-2000. We can't wait to see you at the bank this January.
Rhino Shield.
Stop paying for paint that doesn't protect. Permanently protect your home while saving tens of thousands of dollars compared to repainting. Say goodbye to water damage, mold, and algae, and enjoy decades of defense against chipping, cracking, and peeling. Beautifully durable colors on any surface, all backed by our 25-year warranty. Shield now and pay later with 0% financing. Request your free quote today at rhinoshieldjax.com.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
This is Hayes Carline for Island Wing Company, located on South Side near Tinseltown, and our new location at Bartram Park in St. Johns County. Two great locations offering the ultimate sports bar experience where you can stick to healthy options. Island Wing Company has a wide selection of fryer-free food. The wings are baked, not fried, with so many awesome flavors to choose from. You can also get delicious salmon, tuna, flatbreads, and tacos. With tons of spectacular TVs, dog-friendly patios, and 2 daily happy hours, Island Wings can't be beat.
Here's your 1010 local sports update. Another surprise NCAA transfer portal, this time coming out of FSU football. Redshirted freshman running back Rodney Hill announced on Twitter his intention to enter the portal. Hill is a surprising addition to the portal list as he was expected to have a larger role next season, with starting running back Trey Benson expected to turn pro. Florida State head coach Mike Norvell was named a finalist for the Paul Bear Bryant Coach of the Year award and the organization's ACC Coach of the Year. It was announced on Thursday. Norvell has also been voted this year's ACC Coach of the Year. The Jacksonville Icemen got the road win against the Savannah Ghost Pirates in the East Coast Hockey League. Their next game is tomorrow evening at home against the South Carolina Stingrays. That's your 1010 local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
At 11 o'clock at 65 degrees, time at 10, brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Tom McManus.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
Oh, definitely. When you make plays, when given opportunities, if we're able to give him more snaps, we'll look for multiple ways to get him out there on the field.
Jaguar defensive coordinator Mike Caldwell talking about Antonio Johnson, who's starting to pop with a few plays. Had a big one last week, so we'll see. His mom followed me on Twitter yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's like, who is this
cool.
person? I always like, if someone follows you, I look, who's that? And
listen, we were all talking during camp that kid physically, athletically, you're like, whoa.
Yeah, but she's like, all about, throwing the gospel of Antonio out there. You know what I mean? That's fine. She's mom. Right?
Absolutely.
I totally get that.
Listen,
but
my mother's 92. She tells everybody her son played for. I'm like, Ma, you don't have to say it every single time. She's like, well, you did. I'm like,
why not? No lies
I'm
told.
not kidding. Every single time, I'm like, Ma, you don't have to tell. You don't have to
no lies told, Tommy. She's
that's
proud
what moms
of you.
do.
That's moms are unassailable.
They're allowed,
right?
That's right.
Exactly. All right, let's get a few more from Press Taylor, then we'll get to a few from Mike Caldwell. All this focusing on the Jags versus the Ravens matchup this week. First, Press Taylor breaking down what he sees from the Ravens defense.
I think they do a great job on the first level being physical, setting edges, keeping double teams off with the two interior players, and then letting the linebackers just roll side to side, and they can do a great job of that. Kyle Hamilton in that look, he plays a lot of the second level. So between him, Queen, Roquan, those guys are flying sideline to sideline. The interior guys do a great job of keeping double teams of combinations off of them, of getting there. And so they're able to clean things up. But they do a great job presenting a lot of different looks to you.
And with players at all three levels of their defense that can get after the passer, they do run some exotic-looking blitzes at times. And Press was asked about getting ready for that this week.
I mean, they've always done a good job with their pressure looks on passing situations. You go back to the Rex Ryan era and all that. That was always kind of their thing, was all these different exotic packages they could present to you and being able to get free runners. I mean, it's not even, which is a terrifying situation. It's not always that guy beat that guy. It's when they got free runners because they're messing with your protection schemes. And, to do that, sometimes they give something up. So it may feel like there's space in the pass game, but they're manipulating the coverage. They're rolling out of it. And I think a lot of that is guys being really smart in their system. They're obviously very well coached. They have been for a long time, but I think Coach McDonald does a great job with them. They seem to have a great understanding of what they're trying to do.
Well, listen, they've got like 50 sacks on the year, and they spread them out. It's not just one or two guys. I mean, even like Van Noy, who's like ancient. He's got 6 himself. Clowney's got 7 in a hook.
You know what would have been nice if like Van Noy or Clowney had been available to sign.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
After
maybe
the season
even bring
started.
him in for a visit. I don't know. Didn't they with Clowney? Didn't Clowney visit us?
I don't remember if it was a fit. I think there was talk that he might
interest.
be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're getting
I
out.
mean, they're both guys that signed during the season.
Right. Who's this number 92? He's a beast. He's got like 11 sacks. He's a defensive tackle.
Matt Wabike?
Yeah, he's got like 11 sacks. Okay. I mean, from the interior, who's our line this week anyway? Do we know who the starting lineup is?
Walker Little and Ezra Cleveland are both back on the left side.
Are they both back? Oh, that'd
we're
be
hoping.
Good.
Here's one more thought from Press Taylor just on the Ravens defense being opportunistic in terms of turnovers.
Yeah, they've done a good job taking the ball away. Particularly, we were looking through it today. Geno Stone's done a great job taking the ball. He's got a couple picks in the back end. I think there's always the issue of we're always trying to throw it to our guy no matter what. But, yeah, I understand what you're saying in terms of they do a good job challenging you, and that's a big part of it. They got physical corners that want to play press, want to put their hands on people, and then on the back end they've done a good job making plays.
It's one of those organizations that just the reputation carries year to year, right, about physical defense, right, being a calling card.
It was a big part of it, I would
say.
say.
I think even going back.
Even before, when they first started.
The Ravens.
Benny Thompson, remember him? He was always starting fights.
Well, look at the 2000, was it the 2000 team? They had one of the great defenses of all time,
No doubt.
Of course, didn't stop Jimmy Smith from going for 290.
No doubt. How about that? With 3 touchdowns, right?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
15 catches.
Yeah.
Great day.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the other side here. And we talked a lot about communication and that from lack of focus is what have you. And Mike Caldwell got asked about that yesterday and said that focus is not the issue with the team.
I don't think it's focus. I think we understand it's just, I hate to use this word, but it goes back to communication. Communication, there's plays where we can talk and help each other out by letting each other know what page we're on. And then at the end of the day, we have to go out and execute. We have a technique to play and have to go out there and get it played. And just talking about Lamar, the different problems he presents in the run game and buying time as a passer. And the thing you see from him this year that we saw a little bit last year, but his completion percentage is going up. He's able to spread the ball around to his weapons, so he's taking full advantage of the guys they've surrounded him with.
The defensive coordinator for whatever team is preparing to play the Baltimore Ravens every week when he steps to the podium midweek is going to be asked, how do you deal with Lamar Jackson? And Mike Caldwell was asked that question yesterday.
We have to rush him. We have to pressure him because we don't want him sitting back there because he is a guy that in the pocket he can hurt you as well as outside the pocket. But we have a plan, and we'll try to execute that plan. But at the end of the day, we have to be who we are. We have to affect the quarterback. And it didn't work as well as we wanted to last week, so we get another opportunity for the guys to come out and go ahead and execute the plan, and let's get after a quarterback.
I'm waiting for the defensive coordinator to go, I want to, we just got to be who we are. We're not a team that affects the quarterback. Like, what team doesn't want to affect the quarterback?
Right.
You know?
Well, I'll tell you what, if I'm Baltimore, and I'm sure they're looking at last week's game, and, hey, Andrews may not be in, but that Isaiah Likely dude can run.
He is crazy
athletic. You're going to I'm attacking our backers if they're having issues. And I agree with Coach Caldwell, Mike, about the communicate. Like we were talking about that play. You got to communicate. And if Devin Lloyd needs a little reminder, you're a captain, remind him. You know what I mean? And if you know everything that's going on, then tell the young kid, hey, this is what's happening. Make sure you know exactly who you know what I mean? Like, that's what it does take that. And, it's okay to communicate on the field, on the sideline, what have you. Hey, man, we got to talk this through so we're on the same page. And this late in the year is disturbing, but you know what? We'll throw that away, and hopefully they rectify it this Sunday night.
Well, of course, Jags beat the Ravens in a thriller last year.
Oh, yeah.
And Mike Caldwell was asked to compare this Ravens offense to the one that they saw last season.
You can see it's different. They still run an RPO. They still throw the ball quick, but it's different. The route tree, the route combinations that they're using now with him, it's pretty tough. Yeah.
Yeah, looking at, they just have better outside receivers than they've had in Lamar Jackson's tenure there.
Yeah. They've added playmakers and speed. Zay Flowers turns out to be a good pick so far. Like I said, OBJ still making some things happen.
Tony's exempt from this one. I'll give you a nickel if you tell me who the Ravens' leading receiver was in last year's game. Yes.
Bateman, maybe?
Tony, you want to swipe that nickel, steal the nickel?
My guess would be Andrews.
Josh Oliver.
Yeah.
Former Jaguar Josh Oliver had 4 catches for 76 yards and a touchdown. The point being, they love to go to the tight end. They've always got – Mark Andrews had 4 for 50, man. So that was 8 for 126 at the tight end position last year. Deshaun Jackson was their other leading receiver, got 2 for 74 in that game. Then it was Devin Duvernay, Demarcus Robinson. All these guys are not even in the picture.
Right.
Right? And now it's OBJ and Zay Flowers and somewhat Bateman.
Right. Wasn't it Bateman, the officer? Didn't the coach say something about the receivers haven't done nothing or something? He took offense to it. Do you remember that? It wasn't Harbaugh. Somebody called out the receivers. There's a coach. I think it was the offensive coordinator.
When, last year?
No, this offseason about, our receivers haven't really developed and blah, blah, blah.
He wouldn't have been lying.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
I know. That,
Right? I mean, Rashad Bateman's just a rumor.
I know.
You know,
that's interesting with the tight ends again. That likely kid can run, man. It's going to be an interesting.
Here's
one.
what they did well. Lamar had 14 for 89. Lamar's going to get something on the ground.
Yeah.
Gus Edwards had 16 carries for 52 yards in the game. 3.2 a carry.
Good.
And they only had 5 other total carries in the game.
Yep.
And they gave up about 20 yards on those 5.
Yep.
Look, I remember Andrews dropped a touchdown. It was a clear touchdown in that
That's
game.
Right.
And if you're the Ravens, you're going home saying that's why we lost.
Yep.
Right? Like, that's the kind of stuff that switches games. That kind of thing happens. So I'm sure they're coming into this game on Sunday night saying, we had them last year.
Yep.
Jags had a halftime lead in the game.
And, that game has to sting. Right, the way that game ended last year for the Ravens has to sting. I would expect you're going to get a pretty angry Ravens team, the guys who remember what happened last year.
Well, we need to get angrier.
Let's send them home even angrier.
Let's get angrier than them.
All right, well, you know what? It's time to find out who we think's going to win this contest.
Yeah, baby.
We got our confidence picks coming up on the other side of this. It was general carnage last week, so I was going to say.
I tell you.
But at this point, I'm a fan of carnage because I'm in the lead. So carnage, come on. Let's go.
I was not happy last Sunday.
We got
Kids
4.
were like, Dad, bad picks. I'm like, bad picks. Damn it.
But we got 4 weeks to go. We'll pick them all. We've got 15 games that have yet to kick off in the NFL, including Sunday Night Football right here in Duval. With Tom McManus, Tony Smith, and Dylan Denmark, I'm Mike Dempsey. Keep it right here on Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today Friday
is brought to you by
CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living from the JOI Studios at 1010XL, where the pros go. The best place for the team doctor.
Now we've got another injury.
Is the sideline. Listen for the personal injury attorneys Farah and Farah Injury Update on 1010XL. Exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jacksonville.
Did you know the new 2023 Honda Accord Hybrid has an onboard system that charges to battery so you never have to plug it in? When you think Honda, you think quality, value, safety. Now think hybrid. Visit your local Honda dealer and experience the car of tomorrow today.
Looking for quality equipment and a name you can trust? Lepo Rents, Bobcat of Jacksonville is your premier construction equipment dealer and rental house. We have the right equipment for the job, offering the big and small tools needed for your next project. Lepo sells and rents track loaders, excavators, boom lifts, and much more. For your next project, remember Lepo Rents, your authorized Bobcat dealer in Jacksonville. Visit them online at leporents.com.
Come to Monahan Jewelers' 46th annual holiday sale now with up to 30% off on GIA certified diamonds and up to 40% off our entire store. Certified diamonds, gemstones, engagement rings, diamond studs, designer brands. We're not a big box store. We're your local family jeweler with an amazing hand-picked inventory for every budget. And with interest-free financing, enjoy beautiful jewelry with a low monthly payment. Support your local family jeweler this Christmas with up to 40% off our entire inventory. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Open 7 days a week in December.
W's and L's are what it's all about in football season, and you know you want to be a winner. Well, don't forget about calling Florida Home AC at 777-4300 before all your friends come over and that AC or heating unit conks out. You'll have that L on your forehead, and that sticks. Make sure your AC can handle the heat and invite the gang over for a win. Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, with prompt and quick service to make sure you stay cool in the heat and warm in the winter.
Frank Frangie here. Let Southern Steer Butcher add the perfect touch to your Christmas table. I'm talking prime and choice rib roast and tenderloin with side. Now accepting holiday orders until December 18th. Click on the holiday ordering tab at southernsteer.com.
When you hear that phone ring on 1010XL, hello, we're bringing you another great guest on the All-Pro Roofing phone line.
Where's the phone? Over there.
Listen for great phone interviews all day on the All-Pro Roofing phone line on 1010XL.
3D Digital has you covered for any of your business's digital marketing needs. From producing award-winning videos to getting those digital ads to follow your customers around the internet, our team has your back. Visit 3ddigital.com or give us a call at 904-712-4004 to schedule a free consultation today. 904-712-4004.
1010XL's Friday Restaurant of the Day is Perfect Rack Billiards in Murray Hill. Open daily at 4. Catch all the NFL weekend action. Always at Perfect Rack Billiards in Murray Hill. A great place to watch football.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation. Light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to carlsondentalgroup.com. That's carlsondentalgroup.com for all of your dental needs.
Bold City Brewery, established in 2008, the oldest craft brewery in Jacksonville, and proud to celebrate 15 years of brewing great beers in Duval. With 2 locations serving delicious beers, seltzers, and ciders produced in-house, 1 location located in downtown Jacksonville, and the production facility and restaurant located off of Rosedale Street in Riverside. Bold City Brewery, striving to have something for everyone and keeping the tradition of brewing great beers and serving fantastic food in Jacksonville. Log on and taste the craft at boldcitybrewery.com.
Great news for homeowners to start this new year. Interest rates have plunged. Mortgage rates are back down from nosebleed highs. Hey, it's Prosser here, and right now, Loan Pronto can rescue you from that 7 or 8% rate you got stuck with and save you a ton of money. If you bought or refinanced your home with a rate of over 7%, now is the time to refinance and save money, even if you did it last month. Interest rates on Loan Pronto's Equity Express loans have also come down. It's a great time to get some cash out of your home and get yourself on solid footing for the new year. They can get you the cash you need to wipe out those credit cards right now or get money to start that 2024 home improvement project. Bottom line, Loan Pronto has the most competitive rates, and they can help you take advantage of this sudden drop in rates. Get your financial house in order for 2024. Call 904-999-1508 to get started. That's 904-999-1508. LoanPronto.com works as well. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
This is Phil and Megan Vasali, owners of Players Grill. We'd like to wish the Jacksonville community a happy and safe holiday season.
Merry Christmas from our family to yours, and we hope to see you soon at Players Grill, where the neighborhood meets.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the Otterson Wealth Advisors Risk Reward Picks of the Week. Otterson Wealth Advisors, your goals, our expertise. You're Mackin' with Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
All right, Otterson Wealth Advisors Risk Reward Picks of the Week. We call them confidence picks here because we pick every game that is yet to kick off on Friday, and we rank them in order of how confident we are in those outcomes. And we assign points last week. What do we have, 12 games, right?
Yeah.
So whatever game you're most confident in is worth 12 points on down to 1 at the very bottom. Last week, we all had the Jags on top.
Yeah.
12-point line. Here's how it went. The carnage. That was last week.
Take your medicine.
Where do you want me to start?
Me.
Let's see.
That had to be the worst.
2 weeks ago. Tom, you went 5-9.
That's pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, you went 5-9, but it was worth 32 points.
Oh.
Okay. You missed 1, 2, 3. You missed 4 of your top 5 games. And, Favre
can move.
It was bad. You missed Jacksonville, you missed Philly, you missed Miami, and Houston in the top 5. All those.
Houston got killed.
5-9, 32 points. Tony was 4-10.
Yep.
But he had 41 points. All right, that's the game.
Dagger.
He had 3 of his top 5 and only 1 after that.
Take it out of my side, Tony.
It never has a 500 record look so good.
Wow.
As 7-7 last week. Good for 51 points for your boy. And where are we at? After 14 weeks of the season, I'm 125-70, 994 points. Tony is 120-75, 954 points, so 40-point difference. And McManus 110-85, 894. So exactly 100 out of first place, 60 out of second place.
So if not that I will, but if you end up with the leading record but not the leading points, you don't win.
Points.
It's all points.
It's all points.
Okay.
It's all about where you rank.
I should have thought of that earlier in the year.
It's kind of the whole point of the game. I mean,
picking winners, baby.
How we've been doing it, right? Well, it's still important to pay. Well, Tom, let me just say, you don't have to worry about that at the moment either. All right, at 110 and 85. But anyway, here we go. We got 15 games this week. We go reverse order of last week's points or high to low. So I'll go first, Tony, and then Tom. I'm going to start out with San Francisco over Arizona, worth 15. And despite the fact that they are mired in mediocrity, I think that the Kansas City Chiefs can go into New England and get a win. So I got them on the 14-point line. And I don't feel great about this, but I put them there anyway. Miami at home against the Jets, worth 13.
All right.
For that one to come true, they probably need Tyreek Hill to play because that offense is completely different otherwise. But I'm going San Fran, KC, Miami. Tony, you're up.
I got San Fran and KC, 15 and 14, and I'll take the LA Rams over Washington on the 13-point line.
Ooh,
Okay,
good one.
Tommy.
I got the Jags, number 15.
Oh, boy, here we
Redemption
go.
song by Bob Marley. Listen to it all weekend long, and it'll come to fruition. Philadelphia, they're overdue on the road for number 14. And my 13th pick is San Fran, taking down Zona.
All right. I, too, am going with the LA Rams against Washington. Got them worth 12 points. I'm going to go with Detroit at home against Denver, although they're not playing great either.
Yeah.
You thought you were going to have
No,
them
see,
make up some
I know
points
what.
there?
Well, now I'm really thinking about the points. I'm seeing, I got the same pick, but it's lower points. That's not good.
Well, then you actually would root for that to not come
fruition
because it would cost me more than it would cost you.
Okay.
Right?
Man, this thing's getting deeper and deeper as we go along.
I'm going
See?
Cincinnati against the Nick Mullins-led Vikings on the 10-point line. So Rams, Detroit, Cincinnati. Tony, your next three.
I got New Orleans on the 12-point line over the Giants, the Dolphins on the 11-point line over the Jets, and Philadelphia on the road over Seattle on the 10-point line.
All right, Tommy Mack.
KC on the road for number 12. Number 11, Buffalo upsetting the Cowboys. And number 10, Miami taking down the Jets.
All right. I am going to move on, and for the second week in a row, let's all root for the Titans, baby.
All right,
Let's go.
all
I got
right.
Tennessee. At this point, C.J. Stroud not only hasn't practiced, hasn't been in the facility this week. So
I didn't know that.
Nico
Whoa.
Collins hasn't practiced all week. They're already without Tank Dell. That's going to be a bad Houston offense, I believe. So I got Tennessee winning that one. I got Cleveland beating Chicago at home. I'm going to take Green Bay in the Battle of the Bays, also at home, worth 7. Tony.
On the 9-point line, I'll take Atlanta over Carolina. On the 8 line, the Bengals over the Vikings. And on the 7-point line, Detroit at home over Denver.
Yeah, Tony and I are ending up with a lot of the same picks here, but I feel like very less confident about some of these outcomes.
Okay.
Tommy, what do you got?
Number 9, Tommy Cutlets taking over on the road.
New York
Giants. The
Yes.
Giants. Number 8, I got the Bears coming off a victory, taking down Cleveland on the road. And I got Cincinnati at home, taking down Minnesota at number 7.
All right, all my teams with Justin Fields are either out of the playoffs or on a bye, so I don't really care what they do. But Cincy, we all go with their. Honestly, these last 6, pretty tough for me.
right.
Indianapolis over Pittsburgh.
Okay.
I think the Colts will beat them at home. They haven't beat them since Peyton Manning was there.
I
I
didn't
think
know that.
they're like 6-21 all time.
I think they've
Really?
lost like 8 in a row. something
Against
like
the
that.
It's a mess,
yeah.
though.
Against Pittsburgh. I'm going with New Orleans, Tone, but I honestly, I almost went the other way with the Tommy DeVito-led Giants,
Yeah.
but I got them on the 5-point line. And I'm going with Philly, but it is cross-country, prime time, 12th man up in Seattle, kind of whole circle the wagons environment, but I got Philly, but much lower than you guys. Tony's next 3.
On the 6-point line, I'll take Green Bay over Tampa Bay up there at Lambeau. On the 5-point line, the Titans over the Texans. And on the 4-point line, I also have the Colts over the Steelers.
Okay, Tommy Mack.
6, Green Bay at home. 5, Atlanta beating Carolina. 4, Rams beating Washington.
All right, and our final 3, I too go with Atlanta, but I got them on the 3-point line. I got Baltimore winning Sunday Night Football. Just here to tell. I hope I'm wrong. I will
13-point swing,
Hey,
baby.
look, bro, no, it's a
17.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Instead of me getting 2, you
I
get
get
15.
damn
17-point swing. I hope you get the 17. Honestly,
I know
hope
you
get
do.
the 17.
I know
really
you do. I know you do. You gotta
I'd give
do.
Tony 17 points if it would guarantee a Jaguar victory.
Nice.
It wouldn't, so you don't get them, Tony. And I'm going with Buffalo over Dallas as well, but only on the 1 point line.
Make up some points.
All right, Tommy, you can pick up 18 on me. I got Baltimore over Jacksonville on the 3-point line.
Yeah!
Buffalo over Dallas on the 2-point line, and Chicago over Cleveland.
Yeah, baby. Gotta
Yeah,
get
other
some
than that one,
points. At 8 points.
Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of opportunity for Tony to make up major points on me this week. Philly would get you 6, and obviously if Chicago wins, I would not get the 8 for Cleveland. But regardless, here's what we got for Week 15.
I didn't go yet.
Oh.
Did I?
No.
Did I do
didn't.
3, 2, 1?
You didn't.
Okay,
I
3.
was done writing, so I figured
3.
I was done.
Listen, can I make a change or no? Too late? I haven't said it yet.
Oh, if you haven't said it, then
okay,
absolutely.
but I wrote it down.
Oh, it doesn't
okay,
matter.
I'm gonna change.
No,
All right.
no, whatever you
All right,
declare.
number 3, I'm not changing. I'm taking Tennessee at home.
Okay.
But number 2, I'm switching my pick from Detroit to Denver. I'm taking
Okay,
Denver on the
Denver,
road.
all right.
And number 1, I got Indy at home.
Yeah, we don't care what you got on your paper. You can say it. And,
Okay.
once you
I just
make
wanted
the
to be
pick,
on it, you
the
know,
pick
I'm
is in.
honest.
No, that's fair. Totally fair. And you cleared it with the panel.
That's right.
Which was nice.
Thank you.
And we got those last 3 picks in, which also is good as well. All right, here's what we did this week. I went with San Fran, Kansas City, Miami, the LA Rams, Detroit, Cincinnati, Tennessee, Cleveland, Green Bay, Indianapolis, New Orleans, Philadelphia, Atlanta, Baltimore, and Buffalo. Tony Smith going with the Niners, the Chiefs, the Rams, the Saints, Dolphins, Eagles, Falcons, Bengals, Lions, Packers, Titans, Colts, Ravens, Bills, and the Bears. Tommy Mack going Jacksonville worth 15 points. Back it up.
Yeah,
As
baby.
Tom McManus's mom would say, he played for the Jaguars. All right? Love it.
He does, Joni.
Brother,
I love you,
you know
babe.
what? I love the fact that you wear the passion on your sleeve.
Yeah,
and
man.
And look, if anybody thinks it's impossible for the Jags to win,
way.
they're crazy.
Yeah, no.
You don't watch the NFL if that's what you think.
It's just, I'm waiting. Listen, it's time to click. You know what I mean? We clicked last year. Yeah, we got on a run. It's time to set the foot in the ground and click this thing, man.
I will call you the master of confidence picks next week. I won't continue to call you that, but I'll call you that at least once.
Okay.
If
I'll
the
take
Jags
it.
win.
All right, listen.
Going into the Christmas weekend, too, there, Tommy.
Master of
That'd be
confidence
pretty
picks.
Yeah.
It's a nice holiday victory.
I got to stay away from those cookies.
Jacksonville, Philly,
Killing
San
me.
Fran, Kansas City, Buffalo, Miami, New York Giants, Chicago, Cincinnati, Green Bay, Atlanta, LA Rams, Tennessee, Denver, and Indianapolis
Yeah,
for
babe.
Tom McManus. So we all went with the Colts, all went with the Titans this week, which I think even though the Colts are ahead of the Texans,
right?
I still like maybe it's the sweep. Maybe I just feel like it's not the sweep meaning the tie break, but also the sweep meaning I feel like we handle that team very easily and go ahead Colts win. If one of them had to win, let's let it be Indianapolis.
Yeah, and I think Tennessee, I don't know. I just feel like they're going to be tough at home for Houston.
They were tough on the road against
They
Miami,
were.
so they certainly haven't quit. And I just think Houston it doesn't look like C.J. Stroud's playing. Without Stroud, haven't heard a whole lot about his MVP candidacy this week, by the way. Interesting. After the 30-6 loss to the Jets.
In the rain. That was wild.
There you have it.
Zach
All right.
Wilson, baby.
Are you ready for an epic Keys to Victory roundtable?
Epicado. I am bilingual.
Is that Spanish for epic?
Sounds like it could be. Like,
I thought that's where we're headed.
No, wait. This is great. At home, I always say perdone. They're like, Dad, it doesn't mean pardon me. I said, to me, it does.
In my head.
Perdone.
It does. You know
Pardon
what
me.
it means
Perdone.
when I say it, so get out of the way. All right. Well, we'll come back and take a look at your keys to victory and go roundtable fashion on ours as well. How do the Jags beat the Baltimore Ravens? Let's discuss it when we come back in a moment on Jaguars Today here on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for Awaken 180. Awaken 180 weight loss has really changed me dramatically. I went and got my hair cut the other day before the big 1010XL Christmas party. Wanted to look my best, and my barber goes, man, you're really keeping the weight off, aren't you? And that means they've seen me in the past lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight. Not this time with Awaken 180. The promise is not only will you lose weight in a quick fashion, 4 to 5 pounds a week guaranteed, you're going to keep it off once you hit your goal weight because they give you free support for life, free coaching for life. And it's been fantastic for me. All I can do is tell you how successful I've been. For 2.5 months, haven't gained a single pound back, and people are noticing. People comment all the time, man, you're as skinny as you've ever looked. I don't think of myself as skinny, but I think of myself as a lot healthier than I was just a little while ago. So Awaken 180's done great for me. They'll do great for you as well, whether it's that pesky 10, 15, 20 pounds that's been lingering you just can't get rid of. Maybe it's 50, maybe it's 100, maybe it's more. It doesn't matter what the number is. It's the formula. Awaken 180 is going to work with you, with your body, your metabolism. They're going to formulate a plan that's perfect for your lifestyle, even get you through the holidays and continue to lose weight. And you know how difficult that can be. How do you get involved? Call 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800 for Awaken 180 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Jaguars Today Friday
is brought to you by
CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living from the JOI Studios at 1010XL, where the pros go.
Evan Ingram in the right corner, and Jacksonville is in the end zone.
I love how he's playing. I feel like we're doing some things well, and we got to keep expanding on that and getting better.
The ball comes out, and I think Jacksonville has it.
It's the next man up mentality, right? So we move forward.
You needed a takeaway.
We're going to have accountability. We know what we have to do. We have to get better, all of us. We'll fix it.
The road to the postseason leads back to the bank.
That's what you want.
It's a Sunday night special.
Get back on track.
Jaguars, Ravens, on the home of the Jaguars. 1010XL.
Just like those little holiday snow globes, you better get ready to shake up the season because Toyotathon is on at Arlington Toyota. Right now at Arlington, get financing as low as 2.99% on 10 new Toyota models. And Arlington has more than 500 new Toyotas available, plus every new Toyota purchase comes with Arlington's lifetime warranty. Toyotathon is on at Arlington. Shop in person, 10939 Atlantic Boulevard, or online 24/7 at arlingtontoyota.com.
Bolt City Heating and Air is truly a family-owned and operated local company and treats all customers like family. Don't be fooled by the out-of-towner equity firms and national corporations that use local names. There's one name you can trust when it comes to your home's heating and cooling system. Bolt City Heating and Air. Jacksonville grown and entirely loyal to this community. Schedule your winter maintenance by visiting boltcityac.com.
Denny Thompson here. This holiday season, tackle burglars and protect your turf. Give the gift of peace of mind. Catch everything around your home with Tyson Sound & Security's cutting-edge surveillance cameras. Whether you're traveling for the holidays or just cheering on your team, earn a big score on safety and convenience. Tyson has you covered for all home cameras and security systems. Call Tyson Sound & Security right now for the holiday season at 904-762-1000. That's 904-762-1000. Tyson Sound & Security. Security and automation experts.
It's the biggest, brightest end-of-the-year clearance sale at First Coast Lighting and Fans on Phillips Highway. Get 40 to 60% off display lighting, fans, and home decor to make room for new merchandise coming next year. Hurry into the store today because quantities are limited and their best selections won't last long at 40 to 60% off clearance pricing. Upgrade your furnishings for the holidays with the biggest savings of the year at First Coast Lighting and Fans on Phillips Highway.
You can't go inside your home team's locker room, so Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline goes there for you.
Work on three, 1, 2, 3,
Hayes Carline here. Find my blog at 1010XL.com.
Brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing, where quality and experience count.
Hacker here, and you know I'm a sausage guy. We all know buying a present for that dude in our life, well, it isn't easy. Give them the gift of meat. You can now buy the Sausage Dude sausage, assorted or single flavors, right from their website. Add sausage to your holiday table this season with the Sausage Dude sausage. Polish, Hungarian, Italian, or beer bratwurst with cheddar and jalapeno, locally owned right here in Duval. Go to thesausagedudes.com today, the official sausage of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Budweiser reminds us to drink wiser, like hydrating between beers. It keeps the fun going longer, and it's a commitment to responsibility. Remember, good times are ahead, so no need to overdo it. Know when to say when, and always designate a driver.
This is Hayes Carline for SkyLife Elite. Are you tired of canceled flights, unruly passengers, and layovers? Call my friends at SkyLife Elite. Consider using private charter flights for your next adventure. Yes, you can afford it. Make your own schedule. Fly direct. Drive your car to Craig Airport and get directly on the plane. SkyLife Elite can make that happen. Call 490-9332, go to flyskylife.com, and find them on social media. Fly SkyLife Elite, North Florida's premier private air charter.
Over 10,000 Christmas lights is sure to bring a smile to a child's face. And that's what American Electrical does every year at the Ronald McDonald House. In fact, it's one of their favorite charitable projects every year. And when they turn the lights on for the first time, that's when you get the biggest smile. American Electrical, community-minded all year long and ready to take care of all of your electrical needs. Log on american-electrical.com and drop by to see the beautiful light display at the Ronald McDonald House. It's right in front of Nemours.
Golfers, when's the last time you played Cimarron? New ownership, improved greens, fairways, and tee boxes, a new clubhouse, interior, exterior, including the Stone and Barrel Tap House, indoor-outdoor bar, live music. Practice, learn, and play program is only $59 a month. Unlimited range balls, weekly clinic from teaching professionals. Golf every day, $25 after 2 o'clock. Whether you scratch or just like getting out with your buddies, you have to try the new Cimarron Golf Club on 210.
Hey, it's Tony from Tony D's Pizza. If you love our pizza and pasta dishes, let us cater an event for you. Family function or office parties, we can deliver you an amazing Italian meal. Remember, it's not just pizza at Tony D's. Bay Meadows in $2.95.
This is Dr. James Perry, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Defensive coordinator Mike Caldwell knows the challenge of facing Ravens QB Lamar Jackson, but feels confident in their plan to execute this Sunday.
We have to rush him. We have to pressure him because we don't want him sitting back there because he is a guy that in the pocket, he can hurt you as well as outside the pocket. But we have a plan and we'll try to execute that plan. But at the end of the day, we have to be who we are. We have to affect the quarterback.
Mike Caldwell, visit Jaguars.com for more. JTA Game Day Express is back. Save gas and avoid parking hassles as the Jaguars take on the Ravens this Sunday. Let them do the driving. With 5 locations and passes starting at $10 on the My JTA app. To learn more, visit jtafla.com. I'm Molly McDonald with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Mackin' with Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
All right, Tony, what's going on with the Jags right now?
Yeah, Doug Peterson speaking to the media right now. So our last injury update of the week, we got some good news and also just news, right? To this point, we'll see if it's good or not. But Doug Peterson says that Walker Little and Ezra Cleveland both doing well, and they'll see where they're at, whatever that means for them playing on Sunday. Okay. Says Andre Cisco is, quote, doing okay. Again, we'll see what that winds up being. But the good news, Trey Herndon has been cleared from concussion protocols, good to go for Sunday.
All right. I want those first 2 guys,
yeah.
Please, in particular. I want them all.
I know.
Right? And Trey Herndon coming back, that's fantastic and good for him. But regardless, that left side of the offensive line, there's one of our keys to victory.
Mm-hmm.
Have as intact an offensive line as possible.
Yeah,
this
true.
week, right?
Well, look, I mean, to put Hance out there one-on-one, I don't know. I would have
given him some help.
Yeah, I don't, especially critical times. I don't know. But whatever, that's me.
I hear you.
I mean, he's one of the best pass rushers in the game. Critical moment in the game. I don't know. Put another guy over there. Make sure he doesn't get to the QB. Could be an idea.
All right, we'll do our
that
keys
was
to victory.
miscommunication too. Sorry, Tim.
We'll do our keys to victory roundtable coming up here in a second. Let's get a couple calls. Mac on the north side. You're on Jaguars Today. Mac, go ahead.
Okay, knock on wood first. If the Jaguars lose the rest of the games, will it still win the AFC South?
I'm going to say probably not.
They could, but probably not.
Yeah,
not
especially if.
So you think they're going to lose out, Mac?
I don't want them to. They look shaky right now.
Yeah.
We should beat. They look shaky now, but we should beat the Panthers. Actually, we should beat the Panthers and the Panthers, Buccaneers, and Titans. We should beat them.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I don't know if like I say when you say
easy.
should, I mean, they're certainly easier than Baltimore, but
they'll be favored
that
in all
Tampa
3
game.
games. Yeah.
I'll give you Carolina.
Sure.
Tampa's, you don't know who shows up. In Tennessee, there's a ride. You just never know, especially up there.
Right.
You know?
But, I mean, if let's just worry about trying to get a dub versus the Ravens.
Get the Ravens.
I'm not even in the mode of thinking what could possibly happen after. But imagine if they do lose to Baltimore, and you've lost 3 in a row, and one or both of Indy and Houston win this week, I mean, you're basically in no margin for error territory at that point in time, and it's going to be a lot of pressure on that Tampa game. As Tony pointed out to me on the earlier break, we get the delight of a 4 o'clock kickoff on Christmas Eve.
Oh.
Thanks, NFL schedule makers.
I might be in church.
At 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
We go to that early Christmas. Yeah, baby.
Well,
get her done.
All right, let's get Fan Cam in, then we'll go around the table here with some keys. Fan Cam, you're on Jaguars Today. What's up?
Hey, good morning, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. We got a big one at the bank this weekend, and I can't wait to see all the fans out there rocking and rolling. I thought I'd throw some keys to victory in there. Number one, let's try to contain Lamar, maybe Lloyd or somebody spying him and taking his big play capability away. Number two, let's use the pass to set up the run. I don't know how long it's going to take for them to figure out we can't establish a run and then use play action off of that. You got to do it the other way around. And number three, let's focus a little better, minimize the mistakes, and win the turnover battle. And I think we might have a fun night at the bank. Tommy, if you're rambling around Sunday night, stop by. I'll pick up a little double woohoo for you. And you guys have a great weekend.
Great.
One for the road. One for the road, guys.
Here we go. Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
All right, Cam. Appreciate you. Have a woohoo for us.
Woohoo.
All right, Pockets, fire us up.
10-10
Take.
Now, Mike Dempsey's 10-10 Take. Brought to you by J&M Roofing Jacksonville, your storm restoration specialists.
All right, we like to use the 10-10 Take on Fridays for the Keys to Victory roundtable. I'm going to say, look, the whole contain Lamar thing, yeah, you better contain Lamar. But the way to do it, in my opinion, is you can't be timid, right? Like, I get, you don't want your ends to just blindly rush upfield.
No.
But when it comes time to tackle him, man, if you sit there and I don't want to go because he's going to make me look bad, he takes advantage of that and extends his time in the pocket. And you see guys just kind of, we're content to keep him boxed in. Yeah. Well, he's got weapons then, and he's looking, and just because you think you've got him boxed in, he's slippery as hell. I mean, commit to the play and make tackles. First guy there, wrap up Lamar.
They missed some sacks on Flacco. They had chances to get him down. It was all of a sudden he escaped. You're like, what? How did he get out of it?
It's mind-boggling sometimes. But I was watching a Ravens game this year. I forget who they're playing. And literally, Jackson is in the pocket, and he's got a defender engaged with an offensive lineman, and he's leaning on them. And like, you're right there with him, and then it's like, oh, they got him. They're like all these bodies around him, and then he says, just loop out of here. And he went for like a 30-yard run on that play where he's got contact in the pocket. Wrap him up, please. Anyway, that's number one for me, Tony.
Do what the Los Angeles Rams did last week and take advantage of the aggressiveness of the Ravens linebackers and the possible absence of Kyle Hamilton. Curious to see what that's going to look like in their last injury report today as well, and work the middle of the field in the pass game. It's not like they've been super effective in that part of their pass game to this year from a Jaguars perspective, but it does feel like this is the kind of week where they need Ingram to be big, they need Parker Washington to be big, and they need Zay Jones to be a big target in the middle of the field as well to take advantage of a defense that doesn't have a lot of weaknesses, but that may be where they're weak, is right there in the middle of their defense.
I'm going to say communicate better so I don't have to hear the coordinator next week talk about, no, it's miscommunication. Like, communicate better. If that's what it is, okay, fair, fine. Then fix it. And there should be no miscommunication whatsoever moving forward, in my opinion.
All right, I'm going to say get the ball to Travis Etienne outside the tackle box by throwing it to him. Now, granted,
I think that's the run game.
It may be, right? And granted, when you're up 2 scores, as Cleveland was last week, late in that game, you can give that play up. But Etienne was -7 running the ball, but they moved the ball down the field on that last scoring drive by getting him the ball, and I think he's still got his speeds there. He's just running in a cluttered tackle box area where we're not opening up holes. Find ways, scheme it up, do something to get Etienne where he's got a chance to have a couple of steps with one guy to beat and see if he can make that move or just outrun the guy to the corner. And let's take some easy completions that way.
I think Trevor Lawrence was just okay at best last week against Cleveland, but I thought the 3 weeks before that he was great. Tennessee, Houston, and Cincinnati, I think that was 3 weeks in a row where he was a major plus for this football team. They need that again this week. They need Trevor Lawrence to have one of those kind of weeks again where when you look up and it's like, oh, he's thrown for 280 and 3 touchdowns tonight. It's not a surprise, right? Like, it feels like that's the kind of game he was having. They needed against the Ravens.
Yeah, no question about it. Well, look, again, it's going to start up front. They do give up like 4.3 yards a carry on defense, the Ravens do. So maybe there's some opportunity there, but I agree, not up the gut. Like, get Etienne. Here's the problem. I think they thought Tank was going to be the counter 1-2 punch. Like, let him pound. Etienne, still our workhorse, but mix it up a little bit. They don't really have much of a mix-up. I do like Johnson. He's shown that he can make some plays, so maybe get him more involved. But, man, get some movement on that defensive line.
I think there's little margin for error for Brandon McManus in this game, right? I mean, you're playing against, on the opposite side, arguably the greatest kicker in NFL history, right? Sure. And he almost won that game for the Ravens, even after the Jags came back. Like, Justin Tucker is almost always in range, right? You get to the 50, that's a 68-yarder.
Yep.
He's almost in range right there at the 50-yard line. So if the Jags have opportunities to put points on the board in this game, I just think they've got to cash them in. It's not the worst thing. Sometimes you got to settle for 3, right? We want touchdowns. Of course we do. But if McManus is getting rolled out there, we got to get the points. So that's another one.
Feed on the energy and opportunity of the moment. Across the league and here in town, the optimism that was felt 2 weeks ago going into Monday Night Football against the Bengals, that's been killed by back-to-back losses for this team. It's fair to feel that way, but there's an opportunity on Sunday night to let the Ravens and the rest of the AFC, the rest of the NFL, remind them who you are, right? Like, this is an opportunity to do that again, put yourself back on the map. It feels like in the AFC. They're not off the map right now. To put yourself back in the middle of it.
In the mix.
In the AFC. Play like it on Sunday night.
Are we allowed to make noise this week when we're on defense?
Even with the communication issues, yes.
Here we go.
Is that okay to make some noise? You know how I feel. I'm screaming my head off on third down for sure. Look, I'll also with Trevor, audible. If you're going to audible, that's great. But make the play. Help make the play. If you're gonna, and I'm okay with the going for it. You can't do it all the time.
Were you okay going for it on 4th and 3 with 4 minutes to go?
No.
Like, at some point, man, great, you're aggressive. That's Doug. He's aggressive. We love aggressive.
No.
When it works.
That was when he tried to throw to Ingram over the middle, and he was kind of double covered.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if I like the play. Sometimes I'm okay with them going. I don't always like the call.
Was it Ingram or was it Zay?
No, that was Ingram.
Yeah, I thought it was Ingram on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, but the audible better. It's okay that you can, that's
audible
great.
Better.
But, execute, how about this? Execute better when you audible. Boom.
All right, I'm just going to say offensive line, just play your best game, right? Whatever you're capable of doing. Let's hope we have Walker Little. Let's hope we have Ezra Cleveland. Baltimore, we talked about some of the pass rushers they've added this year. They're a team that gets after the quarterback generally very well. You haven't opened holes in the running game. Just execute in all phases, man. This is, you can't get manhandled on the lines of scrimmage like you did last week and expect to win against quality opponents. Even though that was a close game and you could have won that game.
Agreed.
I just think Baltimore, with Lamar Jackson playing the way he's playing, if Flacco can take advantage of some of his opportunities, Lamar's going to take advantage of those. But my focus here on the offensive line, particularly the left side, let's see a strong performance there. Last couple here, Tone.
As an indicator of how well you're doing against Lamar Jackson, I'll put the number here. Lamar Jackson rushes for 3 or fewer first downs on Sunday Night Football against the Jags.
Wow. Wouldn't that be something?
That's a high bar.
I'm calling out I'm going to call out the interior of our defensive line. I was looking earlier today. Foley has 0 sacks. Hamilton hurt, but he's 0. Gotsis had 0. Roy Robertson Harris is 1.5. The rest is Trayvon and Josh, and then either a nickel or safety here and there. So and the linebackers. So I got to see more. Look, they paid those guys to come back and play like they were last year. They need to get back to that. Got to start playing like you played at the end of last year. I mean, where is it? Let's go. No, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Right.
But even the others, they're not doing much. I mean, Roy Robinson here is the best out of that quartet, but even he's got to be better.
All right, we'll give our final score prediction coming up here in a moment, but first let's say hello to XL Primetime.
Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Tire Outlet. Tire Outlet is now hiring. Visit TireOutlet.com/careers. Equal opportunity employer.
All right, Big Sur's at the Players Grill in Mandarin. Leon, how are you, bud?
I'm doing great. How y'all doing?
All right.
Big Sur's.
Tom McManus said his most confident prediction for the weekend is that the Jaguars beat the Baltimore Ravens. Leon, are you feeling it?
I'm not. Listen, I'm not going to bet on it until I see it. Listen, I've been to this movie too often all season long. Prime time, we have not showed up well. So until I see it, I'm not bringing no popcorn.
Well, I understand. I will say, we got an example of how the NFL is the ultimate week-to-week league, as the Raiders on Sunday scored 0, and now they're averaging over 30 points in their last 2 games after dropping 63 last night. So despite the disappointing loss to Cincinnati and the disappointing loss to Cleveland, doesn't mean they can't beat the Ravens. But I hear what you're saying, Leon. What will you guys be getting into today?
Well, we'll be getting into the Jaguars, of course. We've got our picks today, and then we got Coach Campo coming on.
Oh, nice.
We'll look forward to it. Leon, have a great time out at the Players Grill, buddy.
Appreciate you.
All right, there you go. Tommy, you think you got the Jags on the 15-point line for your
25-22 is my pick.
Okay.
I think it's it's going to take a great effort, no missed assignments, no mistake. You got to be mistake free, man. But if you do that, you got a chance to win. I think they find a way to win.
And then when someone in the post-game locker room goes, "Nobody thought we'd win this game,"
right?
We'll play the clip from Tom McManus.
Yeah, why not?
I said this is my most confident prediction.
Yeah,
damn right. I thought you'd win this game.
Yeah.
Tony and I both had Baltimore winning this game. Tony, what's your score?
Baltimore 31, Jacksonville 29.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Close one. I got it 30-20.
Okay.
Ravens.
Pulling away at the end, or they dominate, or take care of it from the get-go?
30-20. I don't know, man.
I got it.
I don't know.
I don't
honestly,
blame you.
I hope I'm wrong. Look, I can't sit here and just go and just cheerlead and tell you if I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
Then I'm more worried about this defense stopping the Ravens' offense than the Jaguars. The Jags have been putting up points. Hasn't always been pretty. It's been dysfunctional at times. I think the Jags can score. So I got them at 20. Could it be higher? 30-27. Will that make you feel any better? I don't think so.
Yeah. I will feel okay if it's close like that. You know what I mean? Based on how it goes.
Did I just hear moral victory coming from Tom McManus?
Again, it's all about getting ready for the playoffs. So this is one of the top teams in the AFC right now. They're ranked number 1, and you can argue whether they.
I know. I hear you. They've earned the right to be called the top team.
This is a tester for the playoffs, in my opinion. We're in December, man. This is where you pull away. This is where you grow up. This is where you become a man and take care of business, right? And stopping the run, shutting down the run, running the football, being more physical, getting off on third down, converting. You know what I mean? Like, this is a time to put the gas down on the pedal and let it go. So hopefully they can, look, I'm calling victory 25-22, but if it's a hard-fought game at the end, they lose at the end, no more victory, but at the same time, be like, all right, maybe they're a little bit more ready for this playoff tournament that's about 3 weeks away.
All right, and then, let's go Steelers, let's go Titans. Mm-hmm. What? Did I just say that out loud? Right, yes, I did, okay? Yeah, particularly the Titans, but let's go both of those teams and give us a little help and a little breathing room. Like, either way, Jags are in first place next Monday,
right?
Because they'll have the tiebreakers, but win the game, have those teams lose.
That's right.
And now you're worried about getting back into a higher seed position, and it's a different level of competition.
Someone let us know, and they're correct. I went back and looked as well. It was Zay Jones on the 4th down.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Thank you.
Good job, Mike.
Thank you.
Good memory.
Appreciate that.
You took the memory medication, did you?
I remember everyone wanted the flag. They thought he got interfered with.
Talking about, getting ready for the playoffs, Tampa is kind of a playoff team right now, but not really, right? Like they're in contention for a bad division. But you look at the other 3 games they got left, nothing. Right? Like, they don't have anything left on the schedule to say that's the team that's going to get us ready for the playoffs. That happens Sunday night against the Baltimore Ravens. They don't have another one of those tests.
Well, it'll be more of a test of beat the teams you're supposed to beat, right?
Look,
that's got to happen.
If they need to beat the Titans in Week 18, that will be one of those tests. Because the Titans are going to give you that physical, spoil-your-season effort.
Damn right.
I mean, they almost did it to them last year, and then granted they were playing for the division themselves, right? But they were doing it with Joshua Dobbs off the street.
Right.
So, anyway, we'll worry about them.
That's right.
When it's time to worry about them. Elsewise, we'll see you at the stadium on Sunday. And go Jags. And we're all rooting for Tommy Mack to pick up big 15 points.
Come on, baby.
Confidence picks this week.
Go.
All right, that'll do it for us. For Dylan Denmark, Tony Smith, and Tom McManus, I'm Mike Dempsey. Stick around. XL Primetime is coming up next here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today Friday
is brought to you by
CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.